And we're live. So, what of this story, right? What we seem to have, because I haven't seen children for about 4 weeks now, and I'm actually being blackmailed. If I say sorry to the social services, then I will be able to see my children. Which I ain't saying sorry for shit, because they're the ones that fucking failed to safeguard my fucking kids. So, we met the advocate and things. We've sorted all that part out. But by rights, considering I'm autistic and so is obviously my daughter, which is currently in process as well, we should still be seeing each other. And they're normally in these shit-ass court cases. They put in for the adoption order, don't they? So then they reduce the contacts. I'm not fucking stupid. I'll end up not seeing the children at all, and then it comes to the court hearing, and then there you go. Reduced contact. Normally on the average it's about, what, 6 months, and you revoke the adoption order. This is what exactly I'm doing. It's really clear that something has gone on, and it's been cleared up. I've only asked for a full medical and then children, but for some reason I can't get it. Now, yesterday was a bull's ache. I don't even know where I'm coming or going with half the contacts, to be honest with you. It's changed that many fucking times just to piss me off, I'm sure it has. So, yesterday, went to go and call the contact worker back. So nobody answers back. So I get a phone call. It's a courtesy call really, say that they've left the building. You ever heard so much fucking bullshit? So the children leave the foster carers, get in a car, they're going to talk to daddy on the phone. So they go to the contact centre, then what? Have a contact over a phone, in a building, with shitty ass toys in the building as well. You can't put a 1-year-old or a 2-year-old just sit there and speak on the phone. Last contact, my own daughter turned her back on me, and I didn't even speak to my other daughter, she didn't even come near the phone. And I had to tell the stupid contact worker to stop mimicking me like a fucking parrot. So, and it was actually Khaleesi's birthday at the same time, which wasn't really nice at all. I still haven't gave her a birthday present, she still hasn't even had half of the Christmas presents yet. I don't know why, but I'd say it's due to a lot of the selfish fucking arseholes out there. And all of you know who you are, you're just selfish pricks. A lot of people seem to think that we live in the 1970s, where women get the kids, blokes don't. It doesn't work like that anymore. It was easy years ago, you could just ring the police about 3 or 4 times, and that's it, or the father just leaves the home. But no, fathers have got just as much right as women now. But it's clearly being used all the wrong ways, especially with this case. Now, there's quite a lot of laws been broken, and there's also a lot of emotional abuse towards children. Now, obviously, I believe it is emotional. Well, I don't believe it's a fact. It is emotional abuse. You can't force children to sit on a phone, and I can't be blackmailed either. Now, what I mean by blackmail is, can you believe that these fucking wankers, right? If I don't stop, and I don't stop calling people cunts, they're going to stop my contact altogether. But what's wrong with stating the fucking truth? It's a freedom of speech. A lot of the social workers are fucking cunts. I don't think half of them can look after a fucking hamster, let alone a fucking somebody else's child. Half of them are what? Just kids. They're way younger than me, I'm 32. Some of them are like 20, in their early 20s. At the end of the day, most of my knowledge actually comes from Birmingham courts itself. When I last went through Birmingham courts, I learnt quite a lot. I was in the wrong with Birmingham courts, yeah. I was very verbally abusive to the people's faces. Now, this time I haven't done jack shit. I can actually stand proud and say, I never had a go at anybody at all. I've been had a full mental breakdown at the beginning of the year. To be honest with you, I've got a good open and understanding of autism now. Bit embarrassing, I suppose, but I'm over that part. Autism is a real nasty thing when it all comes to the light. So obviously at the beginning of the year, all what happened was I was watching my children be abused. Not many people have to watch their own children be abused, have they? Like I say, you go back, I'll reload the photos back up, so people can start actually seeing them a bit more. You're talking handprint marks, fingerprint marks, bruises, smelly vaginas, you fucking name it, they had it. And not only that, the health was appalling, and obviously one child nearly died. But everyone's still protecting themselves. I don't know why. It's not that much of a job, is it, in a social worker? What is it, 30 grand a year, maybe more? Ain't even fucking worth it. On benefit system, you might as well. So, all these people are just supposed to be protecting their own families, they're protecting their children. I suppose we all do it, don't we? So we've got to survive somehow in this world. But too many people have been involved in this fucking thing. So it's just gone on and on and on and on. CC site, and you really do look into obviously child abuse itself, or even just look for 10 minutes. It's not exactly hard to actually notice certain things. It's if you choose to ignore the fucking thing. Obviously fucking paedophiles, and obviously half the government are into it all as well. It must be a very common thing. I would love to know how much they buy these fucking children for, so I'm quite sure there's a lot of parents out there what would mostly shove a gun in your face, most probably kill you. But there's also a lot of people out there what don't like child abuse and do not like paedophiles, and it has to stop. We won't be able to stop it fully, but the idea of all this for me is to stop an adoption order, because I know for a full fact that children with lots of baggage, or disabled children, or children with ongoing issues are not adoptable. So I believe at some point there will be an assessment, maybe might be an assessment, because Kalani, she is a bit younger, she's only 1 year old, well, 2 now, so because she's young she's still adoptable technically, but it wouldn't be in the best interest of Khaleesi to separate them. So you have to do like a separation assessment. So the next step is I'm going to fight a little bit more. Now I have got to sort everything out. I'm still doing the skydive, which on the 3rd of July, which I don't particularly want to be doing the skydive. I don't even like fucking heights, but I am going to be doing it because I've got to, haven't I? Now, like I said, I need more people to come forward. After this video, I'm contacting the NSPCC to see if they can actually all pull their fingers out their asses as well. So not only I just don't want to end up fighting this. I want as many people as possible in the UK to stand forward. And obviously, hopefully, fingers crossed, the Daily Mail, obviously all the telegraphs and everything will get hold of all this stuff, this fucking crazy story. And at the minute, I'm still waiting for a phone call back, which is from BBC News. So once it's out of the court hearing, and I'll say it again, once it's out of the fucking court hearing, it will be going hopefully straight on national fucking TV. See, I could actually do these sort of interviews because I've actually lived it, but I've had to come through the other end a bit different, I suppose. Filling yourself up with amphetamines, which is legal by the way, before anybody takes that the wrong way, because I get prescribed dexamphetamine. I'll let you all do your own homework what amphetamine does to the body. It removes an emotion, it makes you numb. So I've had to study, and I've studied so much when it comes to this government, sexual child abuse and all dirty ass rituals around the world. I know all, just know it all, but the symbols for loss. Like I said, when I had the capacity assessment, that had to be done, because obviously I have got disabilities and I'm disabled, but I did pass that with flying colours, to be honest with you. I just changed the colours into bruises on children and put the symbols into paedophilia symbols. It's quite easy, to be honest with you. I only did that to one flipping social up. So I ain't saying sorry, and I ain't gonna bow down. Yeah, it hurts I don't see my kids. It hurts more because it hurts. It's them I think about on a daily basis. Like last night I had bad anxiety, but the question is why? Who knows, maybe it's because my children especially Khaleesi, she's peeing in the bed maybe screaming at night, I don't know. All these people keep saying, and the foster caring people is, oh they're settling in really well. Fuck off if you keep saying that bullshit. Settling in really well. Majority of fucking kids, right, well actually in the system, the lads are always in jail, or they're dead, and women end up being prostitutes or clearly high on fucking drugs and fucked up. You do get kids that do well in the care system, but the majority of the time they're fucked up. That's because of the amount of moves to do. What happened many years ago, people should know that you've got stranger danger. There's no such thing as fucking stranger danger now. It's just called walk up to any fucking paedophile and that's it. So if a stranger comes up to you and offers a child a lollipop, that's what the child has to do, take it. I've never seen so many fucking people involved in my children in my lifetime. I thought Birmingham was just as bad. But bollocks to you. You can't keep fucking doing this all the time. Are you fucking stupid? One of you's gonna fuck up. I don't know who the fuck it is barking the orders from high up above, but you can fucking suck on my dick. Honestly. Fair enough, mistakes have happened in the system. We all make mistakes. But I think enough's enough now, don't you? Obviously it's going to be long-term foster care for the kids, so keep it that fucking way. I think I'm bothered about, what is it? Talking about courting because the judge said something. I've got bigger and better things to be doing than worrying about that crap, don't you? I want to know if I'm going to be a granddad, I want to know if my kids are going to be healthy. I want to know what fucking idiot, or I should say what paedophile, fucking abused my daughter. Because sooner or later, people will find out. I ain't got to do fuck all. There's plenty of other people out there that will end up just fucking killing him anyway. He's roaming the streets. Roaming the streets of Aviston. What can you do? They're the ones, everyone else that will act in weird. Just funny though. They pulled out very quickly, didn't they? They're not fucking assholes. But then why have the children moved again? I'm supposed to actually know. But I don't know. I don't know where they are. But considering if it's long-term foster care, which it should be, that's where it's going, I've got parental responsibility, and that's it. Now, everybody what knows my dog, Bo, she's really on her last legs now. I'm only talking a few days, so she's going to be dead soon. That's going to fucking tear me to pieces. But I'm sure I can get through with my kids being abused. I'm pretty much sure I can get through it with my dog. See, everyone what knows Bo, she was absolutely fine, but then something happened to her. She got quite fragile, and she also got quite timid. Because I've had my dog for how many fucking years, I certainly started to realise I don't know what's actually happened as well on that part of things. People you think like your mates are not your mates. But I suppose if he's watching this video, one day it'll all be over, especially for you, mate. But that's not on my priority list at this moment in time. It's actually the kids. So, and I'll give you a heads up of what the whole thing again is. At the beginning of that year, obviously you had the C. diff that turned into cirrhosis of the liver. Now, if you've got a working agreement, which I'm going to upload that in about 10 minutes. And you get given a working agreement from social services, right? And they turn around and say to you, you are to have the children if that person has a mental breakdown or turns to alcohol or anything, right? But all of a sudden, on the space of what? Fucking 2 or 3 days, I'm on fucking rape charge, I'm on for GBH, ABH, stalking, a whole fucking load of bullshit. And then I was arrested and lawfully God knows how many times. Now, I don't know why all that happened, it was just weird. But I find it more weirder, social services going in to a property and they're cleaning up shit. Now if you've got 2 kids in a house being looked after by 2 other kids who technically are not allowed to look after the 2 younger kids, with somebody upstairs who's really only needs to go to the hospital, is absolutely ridiculous. Normally the adult would go to the hospital and then there's no appropriate adult for looking after children. See, I've had 2 liver scans and my liver scans are absolutely fine. So apparently I've got the Hep C. Oh, fucking hell. Wow. All the hospitals say different. Got different results. I still would love to know why my blood results went to Manchester and never be seen again. So mine and Kleini's records are a bit disappeared. But hopefully they will pop up sooner or later. Because you might be able to hide the evidence. You won't be able to destroy the fucking evidence. I have been asking for months. I would like a blood test done for my children, because I know for a full fact that they carry the hepatitis B virus. Well, it'll be the antibodies now, won't it? Because strangest thing is, why would you suddenly just randomly move children just like that? At the end of the day, it's foster carers, say for the females, they always have husbands and boyfriends, don't they? What could be, say, a person just pulled out? I personally think them foster carers pulled out because they had no choice. Well, how would you feel as a foster carer? Say to the foster carers out there, right? You're looking after some children, and then you find out like this has happened, they've had this disease in the hospital. You ain't gonna want to look after that child anymore, are you? You think, fucking hell, if that child actually died within that foster placement, then the foster parents, they'll have to they'd blame themselves, wouldn't they? And the parents will blame them. So once again, they mostly got moved to these other new ones, Anthony and Carol, I believe. So they seem alright. I've spoke to them over the phone, that's it. I haven't seen them face to face. I haven't seen no qualification, I haven't seen fuck all. So I'm not really sure about anything. But the thing is they get brainwashed. They get told fuck all. Reminds me of somebody else as well, they're fucking brainwashed. Now you gotta remember, people, right, social services, they have to put a certain amount of fucking kids into the system. A certain amount of kids gotta be fostered, a certain amount of kids gotta be adopted. But it has to be, just to keep the world moving, isn't it? But then I would love to know the percentage of how many children will be shipped over abroad, be sold for sex and prostitution. Obviously I don't know much about the black market, because obviously I won't be going on that fucking thing, for starters. But I just know it's a black market, that's all I can tell you on that. And you buy kids off it. Because again, 38,000 children disappeared last year, didn't they? They just disappeared in space of thin air. More like half the parents are dead, or they're fucked off or in jail. And they say you thought, oh, I'm going to sell a child. Maybe that person over there wants to buy this child for 10 grand. Dirty fucking tosspots. So, I'm still waiting for your lovely cable to be plugged back in as well. Because on Barbage Road you got a bullshit camera. What a bullshit camera that is, right? Everybody all talks about this, but this anyway, so fuck the fucking thing. So today the objectives are to get NSPCC obviously to pull their fingers out, and then I'm going to be uploading. I'll re-upload the photos. I'm going to reload. I've got to do the charity event, which is got to be sorted. Which is it's on the 3rd of July, so I'm in Northampton. So somehow I've got to move all these videos off. But I would like is if somebody wants to make an offer, I'm happy to pay them and they can do all this mad bullshit online and they get the videos off onto YouTube, because it's all got to go to YouTube. That's right, government. All my videos are going to fucking YouTube. And why is that? Because you're just a bunch of fucking tossers. You really are. So, then I did read something else, man. I doubt it to do with it. Obviously with the COVID-19, that's got its own suspicions, doesn't it? It's weird. Obviously there's some protesters, weren't they, by the Justice Centre. Obviously they're testing on us or something like that. I'm not having my bloody COVID bullshit. Why the fuck would I want the government injecting shit into me? I'd rather not, thanks. And at the end of the day I'm just thinking about them poor children. Absolutely ridiculous. Why daddy ain't seen them? Why that's what I'd be thinking in the head. Why my dad hasn't seen them? Where's the presents? Why we're seeing one parent not the other? They haven't got down to them. Social services haven't got down to their level and explain nothing. Jesus, they couldn't even kneel down and fucking check what eczema is. They class a handprint mark, right? So when children get marks on their abdomen area and their stomach, it's eczema. You've got to get down and feel it and actually see if it's eczema, don't you? The same as everyone should know this one. With any child that has marks on them, especially in the foster system, it's called child protection medical. You go to the hospital, it's to actually stop children going back to the abusers, and it's also to protect everybody else. But no, obviously going to the doctors about 3-4 days after the marks is a really good idea, isn't it? Yeah, that's one way how paedophiles cover up their fucking lovely sexual ways of children. Obviously everyone's got to know, and everyone needs to know. Obviously you got Kleiny never had any. Yeah, Klein never had any open wounds. So everybody needs to understand, how would you get a blood infection if you haven't got no open fucking wounds? Where else would it come from? It wouldn't have come from God, and it definitely wouldn't have come from the air. So you work it out. Paedophile, blood infection, says it all, doesn't it? But the other child did have open wounds. The V-shaped mark on underneath that chin. Africans, I believe the Africans use that. And then you've also got the lovely symbol. I still haven't had the object what's actually would create that symbol onto my daughter's head. That's because some weird bullshit, I suppose, some ritual thing. But I'm still trying to work out what this actually means, because you got your signs of child abduction, which is when somehow my daughter was cloned in the fucking doctor's Aviston surgery. I really would love to know what they actually hide him. Or is it just a big fuck up and that's it, everyone's pulled out? So it just seems strange. It seems like everybody's all scared or something. But scared of who? It'd be a who. It won't be something, will it? Reminds me of a fucking fairy tale. What you've got is everyone's all scared of the big giant. That's the one who barks all the rules. Who are you? And why are you barking these sort of rules down here? That is my question. Seems a bit mad how I'm asking someone like, who are you? But it is the kind of like the Matrix. You've got this world and you've got another world. But what is the real world? Everybody chooses to believe what's on national TV and believe what's in the papers, but I don't believe fuck all like that. I do my own research, especially if I'm interested in it, and I like to find out the truth and what it's all about. And I suppose a lot of people in the UK do that. For instance, I'll give you an example. We have this bullshit camera. People all talk about different things on this camera, right? But then the neighbourhood watch team doesn't know nothing about it, but then they write to the council anyway. But then the council mentioned to them, they don't know nothing about it. The police don't know nothing about it. But then everyone's all these little conspiracy theories. But really all the factual information is that fucking arsehole of your camera. Just that Wi-Fi signal. You can't find that anywhere on the top layer of the internet, can you? No. So what does it mean? Why is it there? God knows. All I know is it can be used for terrorism and things like that. But I don't think it is Warwickshire Police was watching it, and I don't think it's Warwickshire Police watching my videos on YouTube, on Facebook. Because it's a miracle how the MBO in London actually locked my medical records off. That is real fucking weird. Why London? It's where the Parliament is, isn't it? See, something like this sort of story, you can't really get out, because you think like this is just one story. There's fucking thousands, there's millions of stories out there. If everybody come out and told the truth like that, I think everyone would be killing each other. So there has to be some kind of security put in place, which there is. But I'm sure these sort of cases of child abuse are supposed to happen. Obviously, like when you don't see it all. So, for instance, we'll go off and move the two kids. The last court hearing day was adoption. So it was adoption. But then 6 months. So you reduce your contact gets reduced, and then the next minute say goodbye contact. I don't agree with the goodbye contacts. I don't do shit like that. It's not a fucking funeral. You're not saying goodbye, because the majority of parents actually would give up. There's nothing you don't. You just revoke it, and that's what I did. I revoked an adoption order on my previous kids and won. Even though I still ain't seen the kids in these 4 years, that's a bit back to front, because I've still got parental responsibility. But they're just a bunch of assholes up there, and anyway. But they're not as bad down here. Well, I mean, it's not as bad as what they are down here. So this is what I mean with the adoption orders. But this whole court hearing's been for over a year. I'm bored. I'm absolutely fucking bored. Not one emergency court hearing's been done. I do know though from a previous judge, she was a lady, I think Judge Clayton her name was. She actually used to kick some ass. This judge just sits on his fucking ass all the time. Doesn't do fuck all. That's what makes me wonder, is he a fucking part of all this bullshit? Hopefully he's fucking watching as well. So you got nothing to say to him really. Apart from pull your finger out your ass and sitting there, eating your cake most probably. With shitloads of money in your bank. But that'll do for now. But hopefully I should be seeing the kids hopefully quite soon. Because the more I get stopped, the more pissed off I'm going to get, ain't I? Now, obviously, I keep making my complaints all the time. Normally you make complaints when it's all over and it's in the past. Yeah, the abuse is in the past, but the emotional abuse is not. You're still breaking the law, you're still taking the piss. Why on earth would you pick up 2 fucking children and drive a car and say you're going to talk to daddy on a phone, and then just take them back. Why would you do that? Do that to your own fucking kids, not mine. You see, I have my good days and my bad days. It's not that bad being autistic, I suppose. Certainly different, but it opens up a wider door. I know I can hold a lot of information, a lot of knowledge, more than a normal human brain. E.g. intense reading. I can do 16 hours, 18 hours of intense reading. Stay up for days. I can walk for miles. Lots of different things, but now look at the world in a different place. I look at everyone differently, because I have to. I know too much. Whether there's any positive, if there's any positives in this life, then I'd love to see them. Because quite frankly, I've asked for the basic things in life. To take the kids to the fucking park, as an effort. I've also asked for, what have I asked for now? I was to go out for one meal with the kids, and that was just bullshit as well, weren't it? You know, obviously because the mother was the main carer for what, 3 fucking months. That gives what, a mother what, more rights to see the child? No, it don't. It's not at all. Men have got just as much rights as the fucking women. They have. And considering obviously my daughter Khaleesi is practically in my care for nearly a year, it's a bit weird. I've done all my domestic violence courses, parent courses. I've done more bloody courses than the local social authority or social services lab. Funny thing is that obviously they do assessments, don't they? How did they get the fucking jobs? I think you can just dress up as a clown, just go boo, and then you get a job, don't you? Same as foster carers, just pick up the nearest paedophile and just stick them in. But what can you do about it? But you can't hide the bloods forever, and you can't hide all this information forever. I think maybe social services were hoping that I would stop by now. But I nearly have, to be honest with you. I nearly ended up fucking out, wanted to end my own life a good few times. I don't know how I'm not fucking dead, especially with all the car crashes. But I'm just getting stronger, which is the main thing. But then, why do people want to actually what? Maybe try and put me down and stop me from fighting them? Beyond me, just fucking arseholes, isn't they? It's a fucking arseholes. So I'll leave it there. I'm going to upload half the rest of the stuff. I'll upload all the stuff now. I'll leave everyone to it.